Chapter 4 Elemental Patterns. Trust patterns over promises. At the moment of creation's spark, in a state of neutrality, elemental patterns emerge and set themselves in motion. We can picture them as spirals turning upward and gradually tightening with each rotation. These patterns are designed to resolve when they reach a point where no further movement is possible. At that moment, a spark ignites, giving rise to a fresh pattern infused with evolutionary information. In nature, there is no true end, only transformation. Every elemental pattern eventually resolves, giving birth to the next, continuing the flow of creation. These patterns shape the reality we experience, weaving us into their structure. Whether vast or subtle, every pattern plays a role, interwoven with all others. These cycles create order in our daily lives, forming the very fabric of existence. Each pattern carries its own purpose, providing a steady foundation as we move through the simulation of life. Like projectors of light, they shape the physical world. Without them, matter itself could not exist. These elemental patterns follow the mathematical structure of 3D frequencies, which can be measured by equations like the golden ratio and the Fibonacci sequence. We see this pattern manifest in the flower of life and in platonic solids that create stable, sacred geometry that the universe is created from. These structures hold the elemental patterns of nature manifest across all scales of existence, from the smallest particles to the largest cosmic structures. These patterns emerge as music, the spiral of a sunflower, the dynamics of relationships, the arrangement of cellular structures, and the organization of entire solar systems and galaxies. These invisible blueprints become tangible when they are expressed as elemental patterns, the fundamental shapes and forms that underlie the structure of the physical world. Thus, we are not just beings of matter, but projections of light, shaped by the elemental patterns that guide the formation of the universe itself. Everything in existence, from the smallest atom to the vastness of space, follows these same elemental principles, uniting all of creation in a shared fractal geometry. From the moment of conception, we carry a unique origin seed, containing the fundamental patterns that guide our growth from embryo to newborn. Within this seed, our past life imprints, inherited family traits, soul lineage, and shared patterns of the human species exist. From these core blueprints, additional layers take form. Our beliefs, biological rhythms, daily habits, thoughts, relationships, ancestral ties, addictions, and behaviors, all woven into the unfolding design of our personal elemental patterns. Intellectual understanding can only take us so far. What truly matters is trusting the patterns that shape our experience. These patterns, through repetition, weave a vibrational continuity into the body, subtly influencing our perception and movement through life. Whether they arise from the illusion of separation or the reality of unity, they continue to emerge, inviting us to recognize them. Each reoccurrence presents a choice to resolve them and shift them into new timelines or remain within them, gathering deeper wisdom along the way. Every cycle brings us to a pivotal moment, a choice point. If we are aware of it, we can consciously decide. Do we surrender to the unknown, embracing transformation? Or do we stay in the familiar, allowing the pattern to repeat once more? Summary: the spark of creation arises from the connection between the masculine and feminine energies within the neutrality of love. From this union, an origin seed is created, forming a crystalline structure. This structure is the beginning of an elemental pattern. The next step in the process of birthing an elemental pattern is this energy information entering into water, birthing the pattern into the physical reality. Water is the catalyst for all life. Life is always modeling the elemental patterns woven throughout existence. The changing seasons, the rhythmic rise and fall of the sun, and the ebb and flow of the tides, which move in harmony with the lunar cycle. These larger earth based patterns don't just shape the external world, they influence our internal landscape as well. Our emotions, like the tides, are deeply connected to these natural cycles, and the waters within our bodies respond to their shifting rhythms. In a world that often feels chaotic, these steady, reoccurring patterns provide something to lean on, helping to ground our bodies as the reality we once knew begin to dissolve. As we transition into a new paradigm, we can recognize it is an elemental pattern completing its cycle. Separation paradigm is also a pattern that has served its purpose, shaping our experience and teaching us in ways we are only beginning to understand. Now, a new pattern is emerging, the unity paradigm. With this deeper awareness, we see that separation is no longer necessary. Its role in our evolution has been fulfilled. As we attune to the greater resonant frequency of this global shift, we move toward a much higher vibration. In this process, all of our personal elemental patterns, once entangled in the illusion of separation, naturally begin to resolve, allowing us to step fully into a new resonant frequency, unity. Every personal pattern we engage with creates vibrational continuity within the body, shaping the resonant frequency we carry. Put simply, the patterns we embody determine the overall vibration we hold. The same is true for the earth itself. Just as our personal vibrational state is influenced by the patterns we embody, the Earth's energetic field is shaped by the collective frequency it sustains. Even though we may wish to control when these patterns resolve, their unfolding is inevitable. Fortunately, the divine orchestration of this shift follows a compassionate and caring design. Those who are ready, whose souls have arrived at the moment of releasing the patterns of separation, will be the first to move through this transformation. This is part of their soul's journey, a sacred contract that calls them to resolve and evolve these patterns before others. In doing so, they establish a new personal paradigm, one that aligns with a higher vibrational field of elemental patterns and beliefs. Their transformation is not only for themselves, it is an act of service, a way to illuminate the path so that others may follow when they too are ready. These deeply ingrained patterns are woven into our daily lives, making them challenging to resolve. At times, it may feel as if we are losing control. The familiarity and sense of security they once provided no longer hold in the same way. As they begin to implode, we may experience a cascade of emotions. And on the other side, a new internal and external reality reveals itself more swiftly than we expect. While it may seem like we are surrendering free will, this is merely an illusion. In truth, we are evolving toward a more expansive and authentic expression of it. The challenge lies in allowing these patterns to resolve without resistance. It is through resistance that we experience heightened chaos and disruptive energetic nodes, slowing the process but never stopping it. No matter what we do, the shift into unity remains inevitable. As larger Earth patterns shift alongside significant astrological events, we are given a unique window of time, a portal through which separation patterns can dissolve effortlessly, making space for new patterns rooted in unity. This moment invites us to release what has kept us bound to separation and align with the evolving rhythms of unity. Our task is not to force these changes, but to gently allow them. The action we take is one of surrender, letting jobs, routines, and habitual negative thought patterns shift as they are meant to. Of course, this is not always easy. Free will is more than just a choice, it is the ongoing dance of creation and resolution. Every moment we are shaping, resolving, and creating new elemental patterns, whether through thought, action, or intention. Life itself is a continuous interplay of these patterns, expanding and resolving in cycles that guide our evolution. Rather than a static force, free will is fluid, woven into the very fabric of existence. Each decision, whether conscious or unconscious, participates in this ever unfolding process. The more we align with the natural rhythm of resolution and expansion, the more graceful we navigate life's unfolding design. In this way, free will is not simply about control, but about co creating with the unseen forces that shape our reality. The speed at which the separation pattern resolves depends on how long it has been active. If active for a few months, it may fade quickly. After 40 years of being continually reinforced, it will undoubtedly take more time. But resolution is still possible. As the pattern resolves, there will be an increased flow of energy in the body, and the individual's overall vibration will rise. In grasping the origins of the reasons behind our patterns, we begin to view them differently. We can realize that these patterns are not inherently bad, that they initially arose to protect us, and that they are designed to be healed, to resolve, so we can evolve. Though it may not always be obvious, all patterns are rooted in love, as the universe itself is created from the neutrality of love. Every cycle, no matter how chaotic it may seem, ultimately serves the purpose of evolution and alignment. Repetition plays a profound role in the process, establishing vibrational continuity where and how we place our intention directly impacts the unfolding of patterns, determining whether they resolve with ease or remain stagnant in the birthing process. Awareness of this dynamic allows us to become active participants in the transformation of our reality. Deepening our relationship with each element is how we quicken the process with ease. Through the cultivation of elemental practices, we exponentially resolve any separation pattern that keeps us from believing we are innately the elements. They are alive and are inviting us to engage with them through these practices. Mastering the ability to enter neutrality is key to allowing unity patterns to take shape. In neutrality, we become conduits for new patterns to emerge, free from the interference of resistance or attachment. This is where true co creation begins. Water. Life begins in water. Without it, life would not exist. Water is the neutrality of love. All patterns are born into the tangible, physical realm through the element of water. Water is the essence of motherly love. In the womb, she insulates the origin seed, the fetus, keeping them safe as they begin to grow. Water is where the manifestation process takes root. It is through water's benevolence that life is supported and created. From a neutral and receptive state, water witnesses reality objectively, free of illusions. Acting as a constant mirror, she clearly reflects reality. Whatever vibration we emit, water emulates. Understanding the neutrality of water is essential to fully fathom that we, All life are vibrational sponges. Like a mother, water intends to nourish and support growth while simultaneously granting us freedom to be spiritually sovereign. Water plays a vital role in storing and transmitting information within living organisms. On a cellular level, water serves as a fundamental medium for exchanging and processing information. She ensures the seamless flow of nutrients, removal of waste, and communication between molecules. Water brilliantly forms hydrogen bonds, making it ideal for storing and transmitting information. Hydrogen bonds are intermolecular forces that allow water molecules to form transient networks between one another and with other molecules. These molecular networks store and transmit information through vibrational patterns, similar to electrical signals that pass information through electronic circuits. Given water's dynamic wisdom, she carries the key to our collective paradigm shift. While fire, solar heat, and earth send ascension waves with vibrational upgrades, it is the liquid element that transfers energetic codes into the body by activating dormant DNA that are surrounded by water molecules. Without the element of water, it would be impossible to fully embody unity. Water plays a primary role in creating and establishing elemental patterns. However, as the unity paradigm emerges and new elemental patterns form, the vibration of water living on earth and within us will reset. This transformation clears all lingering patterns of separation, allowing only patterns only, allowing only unity patterns to remain. This phenomenon can also be explained through cymatics, the study of visible sound and vibration, and how sound frequencies impact physical form. Given that the molecular structure of water stores information, the element embodies all surrounding frequencies in the context of sacred geometry. Water is a matrix containing all patterns associated with the particular dimensions, sacred geometries, such as the flower of life or Metatron's cube, and a representation of vibrational energy held within water. Water is a natural force of renewal, capable of resetting our energy flows. A daily conscious connection with water, whether through touch, movement, or intention, can bring profound shifts. Even a simple splash of water on the face can invigorate and realign our energy, while a quick cold shower can instantly shift a pattern. We can also connect by acknowledging the water we drink, infusing it with gratitude and love before it nourishes us. How do you connect with water? Can you find a way to engage with her each day? We are always in communication with the water within our bodies. When we create new patterns that honor this awareness, we support the body's natural state of homeostasis. By recognizing and respecting water both inside and around us, we deepen our connection to. Let's talk about wind. Wind, an internal exchange between the outer and inner air, a connector of life. When we breathe with awareness, the potency of the breath transforms. Taking just a few minutes each hour to follow the breath in and out with presence directly influences the flow of energy in the body. As we do this, the biological metaphysics of the body shifts. Every breath marks the beginning and end of an elemental pattern. We are offered the opportunity to resolve patterns that are ripe and ready for change with each breath. Fueled by the movement of fire, wind contains water, moving across and within the earth element. Each time we breathe, with each breath, a similar process unfolds. We can witness the connections and elemental patterns of life through the simple act of breathing. It is a continuous exchange of reciprocity, giving and receiving. Yet most of us move through life unaware of how we breathe or the sacredness held within each inhale and exhale of the breath. In time, we will remember that our breath carries the power to resolve patterns that are ready to heal. By breathing in feelings of love and gratitude and allowing these unity frequencies to flow outward with each exhale, we can direct healing to any part of the body that holds pain or trauma. Soon we will come to see that many ailments can be transformed through elemental practices. Wind is a felt element, alive in the unseen. It reminds us that not everything that exists can be seen, teaching us to trust in what lies beyond sight through the majority of our reality is unseen. Our culture often places greater value on what can be seen and touched. By learning to honor the unseen, the nature of connection, the wisdom within, we begin to trust our inner knowing, free from doubt and shame. Wind becomes a guide, a catalyst that invites us to step into the inner world that patiently waits our arrival. Cultivating a relationship with wind is effortless, like a Sunday morning. It is as simple as calling it forth with an invitation of any kind. A drumbeat, a song, a movement. Air is ever present. Even on the calmest of days, a breeze will come and caress our face, reminding us of the vast and powerful energies swirling around us. Wind is a channel, a conduit, facilitating the movement and vitality of both water and fire. In the absence of wind, water and fire would fall stagnant, lifeless. Fire. We witness potent and powerful changes with the fire element. Created by friction, fire is the embodiment of movement, of transformation. The heat of fire is absolute. There is no space to doubt or question once fire is ignited. Our inner fire is always present, quietly waiting for the right conditions to ignite and burn with purpose. By deepening our relationship with the elements, we refine our ability to sense our own natural rhythms. With this awareness, we can recognize when to stoke our fire, channeling its energy with intention and clarity. Fire ignites our will, infusing us with the courage to venture into the unknown. When we've had enough, when the status quo can no longer be tolerated, and we must resolve a habitual separation pattern, when we are ready to alchemize our purpose into action, the invitation is to get angry. Anger can be supportive of resolving a stubborn pattern or simply stoking the fire of passion within it. It is a vital element to create tangible change in our lives. Fire is the embodiment of change, the only element that can alchemize another element. Holding on to anger is toxic. If suppressed, it will find a way to emerge in explosive ways, burning everything in its path, causing more harm than good. As a seed needs just the right amount of heat to sprout, small increments of anger paired with intention can be a catalyst for positive change, for the greater good. We will learn to cultivate this skill. We invite fire to burn it all away, synergizing anger with a loving surrender. Let it all go. Most likely, we will quickly realize the illusionary patterns we cling to don't stand a chance with fire's power. The phoenix rises from the ashes, a new pattern is born. It is through the merging of water and air that we are able to maintain the ideal temperature for our inner fire. Excessive wind, water, or earth can extinguish the fire, halting all powers of manifestation. Likewise, too hot a fire will burn the seeds of creation. Remembering the unity of the elements within us and beyond, we learn to activate their powers to guide us in navigating ascension upgrades with grace. The earth nurtures and sustains all life with her boundless and unconditional love, providing us with the essential foundation for growth. Without her vessel, our physical existence would be impossible. Her embrace is exemplified by the way she cradles rivers and her banks, anchoring trees in the ground. Earth creates a harmonious environment for life to thrive without undue chaos. The physical boundaries of the earth, namely the atmosphere and gravity, protect us from burning to ash or floating into the ethers. She shields us from solar radiation and meteoroids, anchoring us into the ground. These boundaries, while protective, do not create a closed ecosystem. Energy constantly flows in and out of this dynamic system. The universal truth of movement and exchange emphasize the significance of energy balance. The flow of energy into and out of the system must be proportional to maintain equilibrium. The Earth and her ecosystem are constantly evolving and growing. It is through this universal exchange that everything is in constant movement. As Earth's natural algorithms in the toroidal field are reset, greater balance will be restored, preventing mass extinction. In our individual lives, the earth element embodies the resolution of our elemental patterns. This element is the ground where relationships solidify, forming long lasting friendships and intimate partnerships. Earth is home to all physical manifestations, where seeds and ideas blowing in the breath of the wind find ground, where projects, businesses, and collaborations flourish. This is not the end of a cycle, but rather the beginning of an upward spiral, signifying the never ending pattern that gains momentum by rooting into Earth. The Earth is our body. We are animated Earth. With water and wind moving through and creating our shape, our bodies are like planet Earth, a vessel to all. Like Mother Earth, fire burns within our bodies, warming us from the core. Fire burns in physical processes such as digestion, as well as in emotional and spiritual alchemy. There is an immense power in honoring and remembering the elements that live within us, are us. In turn, a sweet and genuine sense of belonging emerges as the search for identity fades and we consciously embody our place. This is the essence of unity.